I'm going to put you on too. Some brand new Mad Gregs. Heard nowhere else. And I think I'm one of the Mad Gregs. We'll get into that in a little bit. But I've achieved fame through insanity.
Let's get into it now.
Well, but wait, a word from our underwriter. We can't say sponsor. We have to say underwriters on nonprofit radio. And of course, the great underwriter for Greg's Grooves and a great supporter of nonprofit community radio in general, the folks at Graphic 22. Ian Hersey and the gang up in Cheesetown, that's Chesterton, and they've been screen printing amazing quality shirts since last century, if you can believe that. Since 1999, and they've got the experience to get the job done right the first time and on time. So they can help you with just about anything to do with printing, embroidery, thousands of promotional products, offset printing, graphic design, and in fact they won first place back in 2009 in the multi-screen printing on dark garment category. So give them a call, 921-5409, their website graphic22.com. They're located in Chesterton, 1505 Calumet Road, Suite number 2. We certainly thank them for their continued support. All right, young Jace, you got, got a couple more on that guitar?
I do.
Okay.
Do
you want to
play him?
Do you want to do a Mad Greg's, a little bit of a primer on them first, or would you rather strum away? Your choice.
Yeah, it would be cool to maybe talk a little bit about the album and what's going to happen with it, hopefully. Took us couple of years to finish that album. Those 2 songs were ones that I wrote. We all write for the band, and John Wood is also in that band. Devin McNulty plays bass clarinet and plays some keys and writes, and Lewis Keller plays drums. So it's been kind of hard for us to have momentum because of, well, like those dudes being in other bands like Black Keys and this Lissy. So they tour with other groups. So we try to do what we can when they're back in town in LA, and that's part of the reason why the album took a while. But after this one is actually going to be officially released, which is supposed to be this March coming up. Next, how do you say that? Next year, March?
March of 012.
Yeah. So it needs to be mastered and stuff, and then printed and all that, and then we are to tour on that once it releases. So late spring-ish, we're supposed to go out, and I'm not sure who it's going to be with yet, but we'll figure all that stuff out later. But yeah, it's amazing playing with those guys, and they're all really good musicians and composers. So it's a fun group, and we're really proud of this new album. So yeah.
Well, good, good. Let's see, why don't we get back into some live music.
Okay.
My favorite of all kinds of music. If you can't do it live, it's just jive.
That's right, yeah.
Anyway.
And sometimes, well, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes, yes, I know. Okay, so first up, we're going to hear a tune called You My Indian. Of course, written by Jace, and then another one that he penned entitled Orange Hall. So back to some live music right here on Greg's Grooves with Jason Golday.
You My Indian. drive around and listen to Beyonce in the fabulous town of West Hollywood. She was always talking about her crazy brother, and I told her I was someone's crazy brother too. I was glad to be her dirty little secret, but I never ought to meet that crazy brother. I guess I'll never know. And you know she left me for the man upstairs. You are in your, you are in your, yes, I'm in your. Okay, I'm gonna do one called Orange Halls. I'm gonna tune up real quick. Tune down, rather. Real quick. Almost there. Does that sound? Thanks again, Dad, for letting me play on the show. It's real fun to do this live and come in, spend time here with you, and check out the studio. And thanks to Gagovski for letting me use this stuff again and documenting this little episode. Okay. Climbing on the slippery wall, walking through orange halls, the saccharine shallow tar, 'cause water's so easy to walk on. Should I be loved? A frame that faint abandon, a frame that faint abandon. Taking that stranger's hand, a laughter so cold and canned, a saccharine shallow tar, the water's so easy to walk on. Should I be loved? A frame that faint abandon, a frame
that faint abandon. Could I be, should I be loved? Could I be, should I be loved? Frame that faint abandon. Frame that faint abandon.
All right, sweet, sweet, very nice. Now I notice those last two songs, the last song I believe you mentioned earlier that it was actually a new Old Devil Moon tune.
A new Old Devil Moon, yes.
And the song previous to that, You My Indian, is a Forget-Me-Nots tune.
Yes.
Could you elaborate on those two bands a little bit?
Yeah, Forget-Me-Nots, which is that first one, You My Indian, is kind of like an electro band. I know it's kind of maybe hard to tell that from playing it on acoustic guitar, but we usually use like synthesizers and like electric drums, program stuff, use our laptop when we perform live, and then play guitar. And he actually has this awesome MIDI guitar that he uses, or that we both use, which is an interesting instrument, and you get really weird sounds from it. We have a MySpace, if you want to check it out. There's a few tunes on there, and we just, I don't know if I'd call it a release, but we recorded another album, or a new album, about like 4 or 5 months ago, and we're in the process of recording another one, excuse me. So we try to just belt it out and document whatever we do, and basically we play shows at like art galleries and stuff in LA, so it's fun. Dan Delboy is the counterpart to Forget-Me-Nots, really creative dude, and it's fun playing with him. It's kind of like a party band too.
And I believe that that album is entitled Zeno?
Yeah.
Okay. I think there's what, 12?
Yeah, there's
11 or 12 tracks on that baby. I played quite a few of them. Well, I got 10 here, so anyway.
Yeah, so that song, You My Indian, is just kind of based, that was like one of our earlier tunes, actually, but it's like one that kind of stuck with me to be able to perform by myself, because most of the stuff that we do would be hard to do without him, so, because it's reliant on the technology that we use, like a vocoder, which a lot of our tunes have on it. Instead of singing, we just, it's kind of cheating in a way, but it's also aesthetically intentional, I guess. So,
okay.
And then, yeah, the Old Devil, that's a new Old Devil Moon song, the last one I just did, which hopefully we're going to try to, we've been in the process of recording, kind of, one of these days we'll release something new, but we're just trying to, like, when I come back around home, we play shows when we can, and it's just good to have some new tunes for when we play live, because before that we were just playing stuff that we did on that first album,
right,
Midnight and Bright, and I still like most of those songs, but it's just good to have like new stuff. So.
And half of that album was recorded right next door here.
Yeah,
by
that's right.
Mr. Rick Watson, I think back in '02.
Was it 02?
Or 3?
I believe it was 02.
02,
yeah.
Whoa.
And who are the members of that band?
Jason Gagovski, who is here, Justin Golday, and then Jeremy Campbell. And sometimes, well, I guess not, like Tommy Thompson used to play with us too,
he
sometimes.
Did, up at Leroy's especially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was it was weird having 3 guitars, and but it was actually cool sometimes to have because he would play acoustic, give it a different texture. Hard to keep 3 guitars in tune though.
It is. It is.
So yeah.
Well, great. You know what? Let's spin two more tracks from the as yet untitled Mad Greg's release.
Sweet.
And the first one is entitled Holiday Pearl, and track number 2 is entitled Zenith, and these are both written by my oldest, Jason Golday. So let's get into some Mad Gregs right here on Greg's Grooves.